business ultimately is a super personal thing. It's about people dealing with other people to get stuff done, to create new products and companies. And so we love getting people together, and this is now the third Spark Series that we've had. We picked just a couple of areas that show great promise, but also create great confusion. So the Internet of Things and decentralized applications and blockchain, this whole kind of internal revolution taking place.
What really led to IoT as a boom was the lowering in the cost of data and also lowering the cost of silicon. The reality is the industrial sector is really where most of the growth will be seen. All car manufacturers are now putting SIMs into their cars, so you ended up with things like Spotify, Google Maps. You do your Facebook updates while you're driving, and then once you've had the crash, you can post the pictures on there. It's fantastic, right? What we see is the emerging markets is where the growth is. And they're looking for IoT to literally help them leapfrog and introduce new products and services that don't exist. The challenge with IoT is that you have to look at the total cost of ownership and the real cost of deploying a connected device strategy.
Is Internet of Things actually here today, or is it actually still sort of incubating?
IoT, as we describe it, is on its way up, but we're going to have to go through lots of stuff that isn't really true IoT but pretends to be.
Google has done something really fundamental. The publish subscribe framework allows IoT to publish status. It means that you can have 1 million devices feeding into the Google Cloud and then apps that analyze the data.
We're starting to see these private silos of data starting to be interconnected.
The data has to be shared among all participants of the ecosystem. So as long as we can keep that sort of balance of power in terms of this new big data universe of the Internet of Things, it looks like it's going to flourish. Can you give a sense of whether Bitcoin itself has a future at this point?
It is a form of digital cash, and that's what's really interesting about Bitcoin. It's the first time that we've had something that is cash-like that we can use over the internet.
Why is blockchain going to be this incredibly transformative technology that people are describing as a new internet?
It's really about marrying database with business logic. We've had loads of things that have been piled onto the internet, and blockchain really sits very nicely as an economic layer to allow the interaction and the transactional elements to exist with those things.
This is a massive paradigm shift. Do not be confused by the fact that this is somehow an edges. This lies in the very fact of how we do finance. It is from cure to prevention. It is from unilateralism to crowd consensus. And it is shifting the point of having to have an organization like UBS to being able to allow 2 or 3 people in the garage to create DDP contracts, and you will trust them because it is on this new crowd platform.
There's a lot of noise around blockchain right now. It can topple governments, it's going to replace the entire banking system. We really view it as more of an evolution in technology and enabling technology.
I genuinely feel that these are the transformative trends of our generation. We have to see how those are going to pan out, and I think there are going to be winners, there will be losers, there will be fundamental shifts in the way that the ecosystem and the technology itself develops, but I do genuinely believe that they are transformative, and I'm very excited about that.
Firestartr is a great ecosystem. It's an investor, but it's also an incubator, and it's also a connector. And I think, and a group of great technologists and entrepreneurs.